Right now, there are nearly 8 billion people on Earth. They're driving to work, sitting in traffic, eating dinner, arguing with someone they love, laughing at jokes you'll never hear, living entire lives you'll never see. At least, that's what you believe. But here's a strange question. How do you know any of it is happening? Not really. Not with certainty. Think about it. You leave a room. The people inside continue talking, or so you assume. But have you ever actually experienced that room after you left it? Of course not. The moment you walk away, your connection to it is gone. Everything beyond your awareness becomes a story you're telling yourself, a story that feels true, a story everyone agrees is true, but a story nonetheless. Right now, there are cities you've never visited, countries you've never seen, people you've never met, entire lives unfolding beyond the edge of your awareness, but every one of them exists only as an idea inside your mind. You trust they're there, you believe they're there, but you never truly experience them. You only experience this moment, this room, this screen, this voice. Everything else exists through faith. And that's where things become strange. Imagine for a moment that reality works differently than we think. Imagine the universe isn't a place. Imagine it's a performance, a stage. And wherever consciousness appears, the stage appears too. Not before, not after, only when needed. You walk into a room. The room exists. You leave. The room doesn't sit there waiting. It simply vanishes, not destroyed. Not broken, just unnecessary, like a page of a book that's closed, like a movie scene that isn't being watched. Then, the next time someone enters, reality rebuilds it perfectly. Every chair, every shadow, every dust particle floating through the air. Exactly as before, so perfectly that nobody notices. And maybe that's why reality always seems complete, because every time you arrive, everything is already waiting for you. Now think bigger. Think about places you've never been. How do you know Paris exists right now? How do you know the moon is still hanging in the sky when nobody is looking at it? How do you know the stars aren't simply turning on whenever someone looks upward? You don't. You trust, you assume, you believe, because that's how reality appears to work. But appearances can be convincing. Imagine walking through a doorway. The room behind you disappears. Imagine driving away from your hometown. The streets fade into nothing. Imagine turning your head, and everything outside your field of vision quietly ceases to exist, then instantly returns the moment you look back. You'd never know, because the universe would be rebuilding itself faster than you could detect, faster than thought, faster than memory, perfectly, every single time. The strangest part is that there would be no way to prove it. Think about that. Every experiment would fail, every test would fail, because the moment you attempt to observe reality, reality is already there. Ready, waiting, complete, as though it had never disappeared at all. And perhaps that's why this question is so unsettling. Not because it's true, not because it's false, but because you'll never know. Maybe every person you've ever met continues living their lives when you leave. Maybe every city remains exactly where you left it. Maybe every star burns through the darkness, whether anyone watches or not. Or maybe reality is doing something extraordinary. Maybe the universe only builds itself where consciousness exists. Maybe existence is far more efficient than we imagine. Maybe the world behind you isn't waiting. Maybe it isn't there at all. And maybe the reason you've never noticed is because every time you turn around, reality has already rebuilt itself perfectly. For you, this is the Curiosity Engine, powered by curiosity.